shamanettes, it's Suzanne, the beauty shaman, and in today's video we are going to do this look. It is false eyelashes by Pinkzio. They sent them to me and I'm so excited. I love them so much. They're just so much fun. I feel like blinking at everybody. I'm just so happy. Before we get into it, the shamanic thought for the day. One of the great Hermetic sayings is, as within, so without, as above, so below. In other words, there is no disconnect. We are all one. We are all connected and we are all one. Our society does not teach this. In fact, it teaches the diametric opposite, right? So no matter how you feel inside, you're supposed to put on a smile, look amazing, and if you don't, then somehow we have to avoid you. I really disagree with this. I think it's very toxic. I do believe in taking good care of our external body, but not at the cost of our internal selves and not at the loss of it. So the idea here is to live from your heart, to be true to yourself, to speak your truth, and to stand in your power, and not to surrender one for the other. In other words, not to look good on the outside at the expense of the inner world. How does this translate for you? In what way do you struggle with this? And if you've overcome it, in what ways do you stay true to your inner self at the same time being sure that you take care of your external body? Staying authentic is a big challenge in our world today. However, we as older, wiser women, we are the teachers. So teach. I want to hear what you have to say. I want the community to hear what you have to say. I think each one of you has so much to offer. Okay, let's get going on this look. Okay, ladies, so to start our fall glamorous makeup, I love doing glamorous makeup. It's so much fun. I need to put a little bit of hydration on my skin, so I'm going to use a little Truth Treatments C Serum. This is my all-time favorite serum. Just going to put a little bit around my eyes because my eye area is very dry today. It's been very, very dry here with the onset of fall. All right, next, just a little bit of primer to keep it on my skin. So I'm going to use some Jane Iredale Smooth Affair Primer. Okay, so a little foundation. We're going to use Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Foundation. Hydra Foundation. I'll get it right at some point. I'm just going to use my fingers to put this on. Many of you use brushes, and that's totally fine. I am going to use my hands because that's honestly what I use when I'm at home. I just use my hands. When I'm making up other people, I use brushes, of course, but on myself, I just use my hands. All right, now I'm going to put a little bit of eye base on. So this is Painterly by MAC. There you go. I'm just going to apply a little bit because somebody's pounding upstairs. But, we're going to use quite a bit of eyeshadow here, and I don't want it to crease up. I'm going to do a little bit of powder. So this is Ben Nye. This is just a translucent powder that I use a lot when I'm on set. I really love this powder. It's super simple, not expensive. Some of you say my products that I'm using are really expensive. I do tend to use really nice products. Having said that, there are products in my kit that are not super expensive. So they're in there. All right, now I'm going to use a little bit of bronzer. I'm going to use Bobbi Brown Medium Bronzer with just kind of a slanted brush here, just to put that underneath my cheekbones. Just a little bit. Many of you go way too over the top on your contour. You just need a little bit, and the thinner your face, the less you need it. And if you have a very thin face, you don't need it at all. Okay, now we're going to go on to eyes, and I'm going to do a tight shot and show you exactly how it's done. All right, so next I'm going to use eyeliner, and I'm going to use quite a bit of eyeliner, so don't be scared, but I'm going to use Stila Waterproof. It's called Lionfish is the name of this color. It has little gold flecks in it, and you have to put it on and blend it quickly because once it dries, it is on your eye, so very important. But waterproof and water repellent eyeliners are great to use for this look because we're going to go in the waterline, both above and below, so it's going to have really make that eye area more dense, but it easily can run down your face if you don't use waterproof. So that's why I'm heading for this Stila. I'm going to go underneath the waterline here. So I'm going to go right underneath my lashes. Then I'm going to go right between my lashes on the top, but I'm not going to be very careful because we're going to maybe I'm not being careful enough there, but I'm going to just blend this all in. So really, I'm just trying to get a lot of color right next to my lashes there. Trying not to pull my eye, but I have a hard time seeing if I don't. I'm sure many of you are like that. I'm going to actually wing this a teeny bit. line up. We're going to blend it out anyway. Using the same eyeliner, I'm going to go right underneath in the waterline under my eye. And then I'm going to go underneath the lashes. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to go right over the top of this and just softly blend up. And underneath as well. Okay, so back to the palette. We're going to use this color right here. This is going to be the very dark color all the way around. And I'm going to use this brush. And I'm going to really focus on getting this just in that outer edge and over the top of the liner. And I'm going to pull it up into the crease. Now, the bigger your lids, the more of this you can just put over the top of your eye. My lids are not super big, so I'm sticking it mainly on the outer edge. But if your eye can handle it, go ahead and take and put that all the way across. If you have deep set eyes, I'll be really careful of doing this over your eye because it's going to really make your eye go deeper into your head. That's the tricky part with Smoky-Eye. So I'm just mainly, I think for most of us, we're going to need to keep it in that outer edge. We're going to pull a little bit of this color right here and we're going to blend it in. Just kind of softly blending it in. Okay, back to the palette. We're going to hit the really nice dark charcoal. I'm going to touch this on the outer edge. Maybe a tiny bit in here. A little bit darker. So a little here. Okay, back to the palette. We're going to grab a little bit of this gold right here. And I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to tap that right on top. Okay, next we're going to do some lashes. Pinkzio is a lash brand that sent me their faux mink fur lashes. These are called Adore Me. And I love the glittery background here they're sitting on, but also aren't they fun? They're so much fun and beautiful. These are the ones we are going to put on. Okay, so I'm going to take my Pinkzio lashes and I trim them down so that the length is correct to the length of my eye. And then I put the glue on my hand and I'm going to just run my lashes through the glue so I get it right on that edge. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to just manipulate them a little bit because I don't want them to be too stiff. And if they've been in a packaging for very long, they start to get a little bit stiff. And then I'm just going to lay them right on my eye. Okay, lashes are on. I'm going to move on and do a little bit of concealer underneath. Even though not that much has fallen underneath, that shows that this eyeshadow palette is actually a really good eyeshadow palette. So I'm going to use some Kojan Do Moisture Concealer. And again, I'm just going to use my finger. And I'm just going to kind of tap it underneath. I'm going to put a tiny bit of this up in here as well. I'm also going to take and put a little of this down the center of my nose. Kind of breaks up your nose a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to do some lips, and I thought I would start with the Nude Lip Liner by Jane Iredale. It's kind of a brownie color, so I'm going to go slightly over the top of my lips. We're really going for that full, succulent lip look. I'm going to pull it in on the outside just to make your lips look a little bigger. I'm going to do a little lip gloss. Again, some Jane Iredale. This is some of their newest lip gloss, which I don't even know if this is on the market yet, but it is called Hydro Pure Hyaluronic Lip Gloss. So it's got hyaluronic acid in it, which plumps up your lips. I'll put a link down below, but it may not be out yet when I release this video. So I love this color. It's called Mocha Latte. Oh my gosh, isn't that pretty? It's just kind of a soft, a little bit plummy, like a brownie plum. Oh my God, I love it so much. Isn't that pretty? Oh, I just kind of want to like eat it, right? Like, all right, next I'm gonna do a little blush. This is MAC. This is called So Natural, and it's just a cream blush, right? So I'm gonna use my fingers. All right, ladies, we are now done with this look, and I absolutely love these lashes. I think Pinkzio has the most beautiful faux mink false lashes. They're wispy, they're not too heavy, they're not weighing my eye down, and I think they're absolutely yumminess, and it goes so well with the smoky-eyed look. I hope you found this interesting. I would love to hear from you down below, just to hear maybe what challenges you've had in doing a smoky eye, and any other thoughts you might have to share with the community. Thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shaman.